My roommate at the time, Steve Lovesee, who lived back in what we used to refer to as the BJ room.
Damn, how long I've been coming here?
Benjamin Jacobs.
Benjamin
Jacobs was a nice fella, and he lived back there.
And so
he lived in the BJ room?
He was the BJ.
Well,
he had no teeth for a long time.
Here's the deal. Steve became obsessed with this tranny that worked at the R&B. She was an inside server.
And he knew.
Wait a minute,
and he knew.
The R&B. What the fuck is the R&B?
It's a white trash Sonic right next door.
Oh,
the drive-in.
They're only open from noon to 2, and it's the best goddamn burger you've ever had.
Wait a minute.
Well,
this is going to wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I wasn't ready. I thought that's about R&B, like some songs, some slow music. We're talking about a location.
Yeah, but
like Khabib says, send me location.
We played the slow music while he was on the way to see his dick. Or her dick.
So he went over there. BJ.
That's the guy I was telling you. He will make trips back and forth. So
we were all sitting here, just hanging out, having a good time. And he's like, I'm going over there. Anybody need anything? And Mike Game's like, no. So he goes over there and comes back. And then he goes over there again. And he goes, you guys need anything? And Mike's like, I don't know. And one of the local rappers, 40, was like, nigga, I'm in.
Yeah.
I need a shake. I need a drink. He starts making an order. Everybody in the room's like, dog, I'm in too. So they're all making orders. So they just come.
Steve paid for everything.
Steve paid for everything so he could see this tranny.
He paid for it all?
Paid for it. So he comes back. Well, at the end of this whole thing.
I'm hungry, motherfucker. Send him over here.
Mike Game.
The extra long coney.
And he got
So Mike Game at one point goes, Mike Game's like, okay, everybody's eating. He's like, they got ice cream over there. Bring me a cone. So they
back over there?
He bought basically everybody a 3-course meal. And so everybody's eating ice cream. They'd have appetizers, they have the whole thing. And at the end of it, he goes over there and he goes, you guys need anything? Mike was sitting where Mangler is. He gets up, he grabs Steve by the shoulders and he goes, you've bought a 3-course meal for 8 rappers. We're done eating. We can't eat anymore.
And that's not what true rappers say. They smoke some more and they eat some more.
And Steve turns around and goes, well, I'm headed back over there, so if you need anything, I'm going.
He said, I'm going over there with y'all. I really just need a reason, but I really don't get it.
And it only takes 5 minutes for the food to cook, and it only took him 55 minutes to get back.
Damn.
At one point, I told him, I said, you know, you're not going to be able to bring all this food back. I'll go with y'all. Well, hold on. I'm sitting there. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm sitting there. And I'm sitting there, and I'm reading the newspaper. And Steve's like looking around going, that can't be a man's ass. That's too perfect to be a man's ass. And I'm like sitting here going, what are you talking about, sports section?
I've never in my life.
If I've ever been curious whether it might be a man or not, I've never complimented it. Like, in fact, I would insult it even if it might be a woman.
You don't even say no shit like that out loud.
No!
That can't be a man's ass. It's too perfect. What? Could you imagine that?
That's some gay shit. Hey, listen, I love the homos.
Yeah.
I love the homos.
They're big. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the homos. They're a big fan of mine. And gay pride.
Touch.
Ooh, I call it. That was a pass.
Ooh,
and so, see, on that note, even Evan Williams ran away from me.
Oh shit.
Evan Williams ran away from me.
That was with the left hand. I said shit.
Oh, they sensed the gay on me, and Evan Williams pulled out.
Oh my god. Hey, I've been around for a long time, but I don't think ever in my life I was like, hey man, these have we never, not. I don't even know.
Because and what's funny is when I come back over, Mike's like, so what did you do while you was sitting there? And I said, I was reading the newspaper, and all the while he's going, that can't be a man's ass. That's too perfect to be a man's ass. And Mike's like, he's gay.
He had to be.
And then they then they took half a walk back, gave each other prostate, and came back in and did it.
Well, hold on. This story connects with another story, and it gets even better.
How? Oh, shit.
Steve was drinking one night with a buddy of mine in here. They were just going back and forth like you guys are doing, just drinking.
Yeah.
And at one point,
don't challenge us.
He
don't do it.
At one point,
first close, I'll go get some Everclear.
Listen, I don't want any fucking cheeseburgers for goddamn.
They're closed. It's past 2.
Yeah, we had to order pizza.
He already did that shit. That shit's nasty.
So at one point, my buddy he's slammed down the drinks, and he's kind of sitting over there. He's, getting ready to pass out. And Steve's sitting there on the couch, and he kicks back, puts his hands behind his head, and he goes, I'd have sex with a man, but I'd be doing the fucking. And my buddy, who's almost passed out, goes, gotta go, grabs his keys and heads out the door.
Out of here.
I would have dove out the fucking window. See you later, pal!
Like the Dukes of Hazzard right in the car.
I don't know what the fuck is up with Steve.
I would have been drinking. I would have hit the door.
I'm not going to hold you. Listen, if anybody says that right now, if you want me to leave, that's the first thing you do. You know what? Fuck a man. I'll be doing the fuck. Why would you even say?
Because this truck was in front of him.
Why would you say?
Why would you? What? Why would you? No. What? Why would that be? Listen, we can't talk about no.
No man.
He likes the machine. He likes the machine. He said, "Fuck the movie." He wanted that machine.
To bring it back full circle. Great plug.
Take that machine. No.
So, a couple days later, I was talking to my buddy cousin Chris, and he's like, "So I heard Rob
your buddy
was."
Or your cousin? He's Chris.
He was like, so what you and Rob do on Saturday after you guys got in the gym? And I said, well, we came back and they started drinking. And he goes, oh my God, he's drinking with Steve. And I said, oh yeah, and it got weird. So I told him the story, and he's like, I'm never coming over ever to drink with Steve. It's not going to happen.
Here's the sad thing. I know you, and so you instigated this shit from the fucking beginning.
I believe you did.
Like you started it. You sensed some fucking gayness. You had a BJ room. You put him to sleep in there. You sensed the transvestite at the R&B, and you set the whole fucking thing up. You goddamn.
It's your house, and you call it the BJ room.
I'm calling Jesse motherfucking Ventura.
Conspiracies.
Who called it the BJ room?
You're like Jiggy the Snake, you fucking Jaguar.
This motherfucker they call it the BJ room.
In his fucking tattered up, fucking wrinkled ass, fucking Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, I'm out there. I'm ready to go.
That's his flavor though.
You're out there. I couldn't pull it off. He can.
I couldn't pull off the hair.
Neither can I. I just embrace this shit.
So, the jeweler.
Yes, sir.
What do you make of the Mangler so far today?
The Mangler. like they were talking about wrestling and him and Mike Game. I'm like, he's finna whip the shit out of Mike Game. I'm like, I wouldn't even get. I ain't just measuring you up. I'm just giving it a butt. Like,
you wouldn't answer the phone when we called.
I wouldn't know why he fuck. Like,
you know what's funny is there was there way back in the day when Fat Tony's was open.
Yeah, I used to work there.
They had a SummerSlam party, and Mangler Mangler was in there one night, and Mike Game was in there, and Mike Game comes down the stairs and starts yelling shit at Mangler, and Mangler's like, he's like, oh, okay, he fucking hated Mangler, just fucking hated him.
Really?
Because I had a side security job. And he
at the Cotillion.
At the Cotillion in Wichita.
He showed up with a SoCo.
No, he showed up, and I let him in the fucking doors, and he started talking shit to me inside. So I said, "Give me your flask."
He had SoCo in his flask, and he goes, "They don't sell this at the Cotillion."
I gave him a fucking break,
and he goes,
"You know." Piece of shit, so I fucking took his flask. I said, "Now punishment. I'm not kicking you out. I'm taking your flask." Then he started mouthing off, and he said, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and I fucking took him out too. And so him and his flask got...
That game can't fight. Why was that...
Too much SoCo.
Not saying it like... I ain't saying it like that.
He was ready to kill himself. He was ready to kill himself again.
Yeah, I'm a motherfucking WWF wrestler. What the fuck is you talking about?
He's ready to kill Mangler. at the cotillion.
He pulled a knife on me, bro.
He pulled a knife on Mangler.
God,
I didn't work. I'm still living.
Yeah. You're gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna get your ass.
So then a couple months later, they show up at the SummerSlam party. And then at Fat Tony's, and they're all talking, and Mike comes down the stairs, and he starts yelling shit at Mangler. Mangler's like,
we're coming out of the bathroom.
Just get out of here. Just get out of here.
I'm going to the bathroom. He's coming out of the bathroom.
At Fat Tony's.
At Fat Tony's.
On the right side.
So then they go to throw Mike Game out, and he's like, I'm not leaving. I didn't do nothing. It's Mangler's fault.
Me behind the bar, like standing there.
Oh, everybody where kind of where the food is.
In
that long
between. Where the daughter would go back and forth. Right there, in between, the thing, between the tables and the people.
Why the hell would he make you stand there? You're the wrestler. Because you didn't want to fuck him up.
Because Mike had his friends and I had fucking 4 of mine, and
but listen, dog.
either way, it wasn't gonna happen for any of us.
If he got 15 or 20 motherfuckers there, dude, you're a wrestler. You ain't losing. You're not taking
I wasn't backing down. That's why Brian was begging me.
He's not taking it. He's not taking an L this week.
Hell no!
I still walked through them all and left. And Brian said, owner of Fat Tony, Brian Shapiro says, Lance, just please leave. Please leave. I had an $85 tab or something at the time. I'd been there for 15 minutes. He said, just please leave. You can come back and pay the tab some other day. Just leave. And I said, okay, Brian. I'm going to go down to Emerson Biggins, and I'll be back in a fucking hour, and he better be gone. Yep. And he said, fine. Drinks are on me when you come back.
I'll be right back.
15 minutes later,
yeah,
I walked around the parking lot.
Walked right around that parking lot. You ain't gone yet? His ass is mine.
Hey, somebody started the rumor that I punched a trash can.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
supposedly he went out, and Mangler was so pissed he went out and beat up a trash can.
Yeah, that might be possible.
But, listen, man.
Listen, dog, I've seen them.
I've seen those trash cans. I'm not Superman.
Yeah.
They said I beat up the trash can. Like,
yeah.
And the only ones Shapiro had there were the big metal ones that you dumped
in the parking lot. Yeah.
The big fucking ones that were locked until we opened them.
But dog, you built like a fucking Mortal Kombat player.
I would have ran my truck into it.
You off Street Fighter.
Mangler looks like one of the guys you create.
Yeah, what's up, created video game built bodied ass. Ain't nobody trying to fuck with you. What are you talking about? Yeah, Mike Game. Yeah, hey, Mike Game was kick your ass. I'm like,
Mike Game was standing on 3 people's shoulders and yelling at me.
Mike Game, listen, if y'all don't know Mike Game, he's probably like 5'5".
No, maybe.
That's what he's standing on.
48. 162. I'm like, this motherfucker Mangler's at least 60 something. 2 something. I'm like, no.
My boots is tall as him if I stood
up. You're tripping.
No, but the thing about it is, I wasn't even mad enough to fucking fight. Like,
it's amazing that y'all even know Mike Game. That's crazy.
It was
like that's great. Like y'all.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You're talking about Mike Game. I can't believe it. Like.
You know what? Really? The funny thing is, he gets over right now better than the fucking secretary did earlier. And he made some great shit.
Speaking of secretaries, do you want to call Mr. Fitness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Fitness.
Oh. Mr. Fitness. The big star. Star Stage and Scream, Mr. Fitness. He is the guy that signed that shake weight earlier.
He signed the shake weight.
Yes.
Not earlier. Don't fucking pretend like we're fucking pre-recording.
Well, like he was a couple weeks ago when he was here. A couple months ago. Something like that.
Is that his caller tune?